Hello, everybody. Welcome to my very wonderful channel, Billionaire Number One. You are anytime welcome to subscribe to my channel. I'm just successful, the biggest success that has ever been on the planet, the equivalent of the king of pop in the financial world. It means like my future net worth gonna be $900 billion. Whoever is going to refer me like, well, that is like a big dream. Well, he's talking bigger. He is talking big mouth. Sir, you are welcome to leave my channel. I know it might be very difficult for you, but for me, it's like it's not difficult because what I know is like, I know how to serve people. I know what to create to sell products. I know how success works, and you need to understand something. I'm already a millionaire, sir. I'm already a self-made millionaire. It means like I came from nothing, sir. You need to understand I had a very, very tough childhood. You're welcome to listen to my other day one video. It's still day one. I did several videos, but I want to bring a structure to the table on my channel because I want to show you something like, sir. If you have a structure, there's a point to succeed. Like all you need is a pattern, a daily routine, and maintain that sort of daily routine pattern. Then you're gonna succeed the financial game to achieve the biggest dreams, the biggest goals. Even financially, it is that simple. If you really want to make a change in your life, do me that sort of a very little tiny favor. Subscribe to my channel, ask me whatever you like, and furthermore, I want you to join me on Instagram. Now, what is my channel basically in general all about? In general, it is all about to get to the financially to come to the next big level financially. So I'm already a millionaire, and the next level is to become a billionaire. It requires something very simple. You go to the mirror, do me that sort of a little tiny favor. I'm gonna stress that all the time. Go to the mirror, point your finger at the man in the mirror, and say to yourself, only you are in charge to change everything around your environment. Not your neighbor is in charge to clean up your apartment. Not your mother is in charge to clean up your apartment. Not your so-called best friends are in charge to clean up your apartment. Only the man in the reflection, the man in the mirror, is able to change everything to something bigger, something greater, something, let's say, cleaner. If you clean up your apartment, it means in general, you are also in charge of your financial destiny. Your financial destiny is you are in charge of your financial destiny, not your neighbor, not your best friend, not your ex-girlfriend, not your former teacher, not your, I don't know, all your enemies. Only you, the man in the mirror, is in charge to make that sort of a big time change. If you really want to make a big time change, you do me a favor, subscribe immediately to my channel. Not your neighbor, not your ex-girlfriend or boyfriend or ex-husband, ex-wife. Only you're the man, you're the guy, or I don't know what you are, but subscribe to my channel. You need to understand, a change is a pattern of a daily routine. Every day I do 8 times a day sport. I already did 6 times a day sport, so additionally I need to do 2 times more. So I achieve my goals, my goal for today. And I clean up my apartment every single day. Every day I clean up my apartment for one simple single reason. The reason is very, very, very simple. So you wake up every morning, you have a smile if your apartment is clean. You go to war, like to work with a smile. You return home from a tough work day, tough work experience. You smile if your apartment is in a clean up situation, not in a mess up situation. So it is a tool, everything, every little detail, excuse me, every little detail is a tool. But I'm gonna be really, really, really honest with my audience. It's very, 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 yeah. Well, it's very, very, very easy to fool my audience. It's very, very easy to fool all those listeners, sir. But the only person I'm going to fool if I do not tell the truth is me myself, me myself. It's not my audience, so what I say is all the time the truth. And when I say I read 50 pages, 50 to 100 pages every single day, I'm telling you it is the blank truth. And I'm telling you, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Today I was like unable to read 50 pages in a day, in a book. Excuse me, it's really late right now. I was really unable to read 50 pages in a book. It's really the truth, So I kind of like missed the game, failed. I kind of like failed. It means I need actually to do something. It means like I say to myself, I'm gonna read maybe tomorrow or during weekend time or 100 pages in a book, written by a billionaire or about a billionaire. So I kind of like failed when it comes to that sort of thing, So I do not want to lie to my audience, So because the only individual I'm about to fool is only me, myself, not my neighbor, not my best friend, not my enemies, not my, I don't know, or my former teacher or my, I don't know. The only person I'm about to fool is myself, So, and the day is going to, the truth is going to jump one day just around the corner, It's gonna be revealed, So, what I say is all the time the truth. So, I cleaned up my apartment. It's a very clean apartment right now, and so. And additionally, what I did my sport, so I want to do 8 times a day sport, and I'm gonna do a little report even later on, later. But for very first, I'm gonna finish my video right now. Yeah, well, I have a fashion brand, I have a gallery, I own a lingerie brand, I own a publishing company, and so yeah. And yeah, that is basically my business in general, like, sir. And I know how to sell, I know how to fabricate, I know how to work, sir. It means like I wake up very, very early and I go really late to bed, like basically, sir. It requires work. You're not gonna get the benefit because you start your journey. You're not gonna get the benefit because you started to read one single time 50 pages in a book, for example. You're not gonna get the benefit because you started one single time to clean up your apartment. You're not gonna get the benefit because you started one single time to do sport. So you're gonna get the benefit after the very first benefit you're gonna get after 90 days, after 3 months, so that's the very first step, so but I'm gonna do for very first, that is the reason why I label day 1, and tomorrow's of course gonna be day 2, day 3, so why am I doing that sort of structure? Because you're gonna see you need a structure to, a daily routine and a structure to be successful. Without a structure, without a pattern, without any sort of an inner stability, without any sort of inner guideline spirituality, you are not gonna make it as a millionaire or as a billionaire, because you need to understand something. As a billionaire or millionaire, you need to serve people. You need to serve the problems of people. You need to sell things that people really, really need to survive, so really, really need. For example, when Steve Jobs created Apple, so it was a tough journey for Steve Jobs, but at the end, he had that sort of big dream vision, and he succeeded, he succeeded because he understood the time, so he created, everybody knows, the iPhone, and so the rest is history. So what I want to say, basically, he started to serve the people's problem, so he was not sitting on his hand and waiting for the miracle just to step around, just to step around the corner. What he did like here, well, for very first, you need to accept failure. Failure is a part of the game. See failure to learn your lessons. I'm gonna give you later an example, but for very first, you need to have that sort of spirituality. You need to have inner stability from the inside. You gotta be clean from the inside. It means clean from the inside. It means be careful what you eat. If you drive a Ferrari, for example, you are really, really careful of that sort of a car. You are careful what you put into, what petrol gas you put into that sort of a car. So your body is a vehicle. Your body is your vessel. My body is my vessel. I really, 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 really take care of my vessel. I really take care what I eat. I really take care how to maintain a healthy lifestyle from the inside. It means like, it is additionally from the psychological point of view, for example, I really, really care about that sort of spirituality. I'm gonna give you an example. I used to have a girlfriend. She was a former prostitute. She used to fuck for money. Sorry for my language. She was a former sugar babe, a typical prostitute, so. And when I got in touch with her, she told me the story, but there was that sort of a connection, so she was nice, and so I do not really care, what your past is, whether you used to be a drug addict or whatever, so it's not my life. I do not pay for your bills, it's not my body, so it's completely your life. I have nothing to do with that sort of a strange, let's say, strange situation from my perspective. But what you need to understand is something. Her mother confirmed. Her mother confirms that she does that sort of a prostitution situation, so her mother confirmed. Her mother is an alcoholic. Her sister is mentally ill. Her brother-in-law is an alcoholic. Her father is an alcoholic. So I do not drink alcohol, me myself. I do not drink alcohol, me myself. I do not go to prostitutes, me myself. I've never ever used drugs. I never used drugs. I never went to a prostitute. And the big question is, and I started to drink alcohol at the age of 19 and finished at the age of 23. I stopped drinking alcohol at the age of 23. So I'm in my mid 30s. It means I'm sober ever since. What I want you to understand, you need to have that sort of clean spirituality, from the inside. So I never drank alcohol. I never went to a prostitute. I do not use drugs. So what am I supposed to do in that sort of an environment? See, she invited me all the time. If you like, come around. My niece has a birthday. If you like, you're welcome to join us at Christmas time, for example. So, of course, I was kind of like a very nice gentleman and told her like, well, darling, blah blah blah, whatever, sir. Thank you very much, I really appreciate that, sir. But for me, from my perspective, for me, it was like absolutely clear. I never going to join that sort of a table Christmas time, sir. I never gonna do that, sir. It's because, what am I supposed to do in that sort of environment where everybody used to be an alcoholic, or everybody's drinking, or everybody, her mother confirmed that her daughter does prostitution, so what am I supposed to do in that sort of environment? Her sister used to be or is mentally ill. Her brother-in-law is an alcoholic. My decision was kind of like clear as beep. Fuck. Sorry for my language. My decision was like, no, we're not gonna. Me and my inner spirituality, we're not gonna join that sort of an environment. We're not gonna join that sort of an environment. That was absolutely clear, sir. And I never stepped into that sort of an environment. So we separated, but that is another story. That is another reason why we separated, so. But you need to learn. I learned my lessons, and sir, I keep my hands away from former prostitutes, from former, I don't know, whatever, sir. You yourself, you need to learn your lessons. It doesn't matter that you make a mistake. It doesn't matter that you make a mistake like 20 times, 500 times, for 10 years, 15 years. But there's a point where you yourself need to say, for example, well, actually, I'm finished, I'm done, so I'm gonna change my story. I'm gonna run towards my destiny. I'm gonna run towards greatness. I'm gonna become the greatest individual the Lord has ever created, excuse me. Gotta drink something, hold on. Well, yeah, you gotta have that sort of a brilliant spirit, inner spirituality. Otherwise, you are completely lost. I'm telling you that you are completely lost. It means, in general, you do not really need to believe in that sort of, I don't know, or Jesus or Allah or Buddhism or whatever, sir. But what you really need to do, what you really need to have, is a tool that keeps you clean from the inside. That is very, very, very crucial. Otherwise, you're not gonna make it. And additionally, you gotta be clean from the outside, like, so it means a clean apartment, so go, yeah, you know what I mean in general, so yeah, that is the journey. That is a journey if you really, really want to become the biggest success of all time. So if you want to be, wherever you are, I told you my life was a mess up situation, so go to my other video from day one, so my life was a mess up situation. It means, in general, my mother used to beat me up like with a belt every goddamn day with a belt. She used to smash my head against a wall several times, and that she herself, she was the cruelest mother you can ever imagine, sir. And I succeeded as a millionaire. Now the next level is like to become a billionaire, sir. No matter where you are, no matter what happened back in those days when you were like a little tiny child, or I don't know what happened in your life. There is you yourself. Go to the mirror and point your finger to the man at in the reflection, and say to yourself, I'm in charge of my life. I'm in charge of my destiny, sir. And I'm in charge of my life. I'm in charge of my destiny, excuse me. You know what? At the age of 7, I started to run away from my parents. At the age of 7, I started to run away from my parents. So I grew up in a foster home, but that is another story then. So you need to change the old pattern, the old habit pattern, you yourself, not your neighbor, not your enemies, not your stupid mother, father, or whoever. Only you are in charge to change your life completely, so make the change. Uh, well, a business. You want to create a business. You want to sell products like, Apple, Steve Jobs, or Bill Gates, Microsoft, or I don't know, or Bill, what is his name? Donald Trump, or real estate, for example. So you gotta do your homework. You gotta study billionaire people. You gotta study these guys. Yeah. If you serve the good, you need to serve the good, and money is going to roll in automatically. I promise you that. So if you serve the good, but it's impossible to serve the good if you do not feel good from the inside. Like, if your inside is already a messed up situation, so that is the reason why I do that sort of a channel. It's like very a spiritual journey for me as an individual, so it's very yeah, very spiritual for me. uh, the more you read, the better you become. So you need to have that sort of very absolute strict routine, and yeah, I'm gonna do my sport. I'm gonna do a report even on that, how I do my sport. You're gonna see me like running outdoor, and we're gonna see each other very, very, very soon. Alright, see you soon.